So the team brought me this TikTok. I'm on the talk. You may not know this. I think my username is @Ken Coleman. I call it the talk because it drives my 3 teenagers nuts that I call it that. And so that's why I do it. I mean, I don't care what you think. Anybody could say TikTok. I like to call it the talk. And I call Instagram the gram. So anyway, the team brought me this video that went viral, and it's a divorce attorney, female divorce attorney. It gained over 1.5 million views. And what she's doing, I'm going to let you watch this. We're going to give you a clip of it. She is highlighting from her experience in handling divorces what she says are the top 5 professions of men that women. So she's speaking to other women. Is that right? She's kind of going, ladies, listen. Don't marry a dude who's in one of these 5 professions because it turns out divorce is looming. It's pretty dark stuff, but we'll break it down. Let's roll the clip.
I'm in my car waiting for a class to start, so I thought that I would do a quick video about something that popped in my head the other day. Over the course of my career, I've watched my most difficult cases, and shockingly, many of them involve men in these 5 professions. Now, I want to be really clear before I say this, that if you're married to somebody in one of these professions, it doesn't mean that you're doomed to failure. It doesn't mean that your husband is a bad person. I'm sure there's outliers in any kind of statistic, but just for fun, here they are in no particular order. The top 5 professions of husbands that women should avoid are firemen. I've never really understood that one, but it's on there. Police officer, military, surgeon, and pilot. If you look at these professions, what do they all have in common? They all have in common that the men in these professions, they're gods in their profession, right? You're a policeman, you're walking around with a gun, you're walking around with authority. If you're a surgeon, you're walking around the hospital. Everybody, looks up to you, you're in charge. Curious to see if anybody has any examples of this. I'm sure there are definitely great ones in these professions, but it just tends to be a theme that I see. So curious to hear the feedback on that.
All right. Thank you. I'm going to give you my feedback, ma'am. Thank you very much. So I find this to be fascinating, and I have an opinion on this. I see what she's saying when she went through. She said the God so that she's talking about the messianic complex. I mean, that's a thing. I don't think that's the driving factor. So let's look at this the way that we break down a sweet spot. How do you know that you were created to do this kind of work? And I have a construct, as you know. It doesn't allow us to spend 75% or more of our day using what we do best, our talent, hard skills, soft skills, doing work that we love. That's the task itself. We love this kind of work. That's passion. And then we are producing results that connect to our personal values. In other words, they matter deeply to us. That's mission. So when I use what I do best to do work I love, to produce results that matter to me, I'm in my sweet spot. And I think the clues for what's going on with a fireman, a police officer, a military personnel, a surgeon, or a pilot, I think one of the things she skipped over is the high amounts of stress. Now you think, we have a fire station in our neighborhood, all right? And it's pretty funny. Every time I drive by these dudes, they're always walking in with groceries. I mean, they eat well, and they got several days where they're off. But what we don't see is how stressful it is when it's go time. I could see the messianic complex. I'll go with her on that. I think she knows what she's talking about. But she didn't mention high stress, and I think all of these, police officers, military, surgeons, a lot of stress. And then I'm going to go something a little bit deeper. Let's look at mission. What results matter most to someone who's a fireman, a police officer, someone who's in the military, someone who is a surgeon, someone who's a pilot? What results matter most? Those are all high service jobs, serving others. So we always talk about, well, what's in your past? What's in your backstory that gives you a missional result of service, of protection? You could also say almost all of these is a form of protection. The pilot even, you got to safely get someone. Every time they're all about safely getting you there. It's very interesting. And so I think there's a deep pain. There's a deeper story underneath all of the divorces that seem to line up in these categories. That's what I would tell that divorce attorney. And I'm going to tell you, it's unresolved pain. And they have pursued a career where they are protectors, providers, serving, and they're looking outward to heal what's going on inside, and it's affecting their marriages, their relationship with their kids. There's a deeper issue going on, and it all stems from what drives them. There's something unhealthy that is yet to be resolved that's driving them to do those positions. I'm telling you right now, from a non-licensed therapist, I'm not a therapist, I'm a coach, that's what's going on. I'll guarantee you.